We've all seen the news recently. Interest rates are rising. Lots of business owners and consumers are worried about what that means for their own personal spending. If you're a business, you're relying on a fluidity of cash in the economy, but inflation's getting out of control. So what are central banks doing around the world? They're increasing interest rates to make people think carefully about spending money. That then brings supply down, that brings demand down, and in many ways, do they want to create a recession just to bring inflation down? That's what's going to happen. The scary thing is, usually what central banks do when we go into negative growth is they reduce interest rates. They're not going to do that this time. This is really, really strange times. In the last financial crash of 2008, 2009, when banks had no money, the central banks around the world reduced interest rates to make money cheaper so people would borrow, invest and grow the economy. That worked. We had 12 years of super low interest rates. Now we're at 2.25% at the time of making this video. Where is it going to go next year? Now I've got some facts that I want to share with you because yesterday I spent the day with someone that works at the Bank of England. They come and interview me a couple of times a year to ask my thoughts on where my business is. Am I going to invest? What am I going to do about wages? What am I concerned about? What's my supply chain issues like? And so I want to share with you what I learned from that conversation so that you can make some informed decisions when growing your business. Let's do it. Let's just think about the things that I think you're thinking because I'm thinking them as a business owner. Number one, where do I think interest rates are going to go over the next 18 months? How high are they going to go? The markets are thinking they're going to go to 5% base rate next year. So that means if you're going to go to a bank and they're putting a 2, 3, 4% margin on, you can have loans of 9%, 8%, 7% at best. This is unbelievable. Just 6-9 months ago, people were getting mortgage rates of 1.3%, and we're going up into double figures. This is unbelievable, unprecedented times. I mean, you really have to think very carefully if you're going to be borrowing money now. And I think that's what the Bank of England want to do. It's what the Fed wants people to do. They want to think twice about putting more cash into the economy, bringing demand down and stoking inflation down rather than stoking inflation up. Where do I think Bank of England base rate's going to go? I don't think it is going to go as 5% next year, but I think 4% is a good measure of where it's going to be. So I think loans at best from a bank will be 6 and 6.5 and 7%, and then the challenger lenders will be at 10 and 11%. Then I think once the recession really kicks in, then we're going to start seeing interest rates come down in the next 18 months. Why do I think that? Because if you look at the banks, and they've got some of the smartest people working for them, long-term money on a residential mortgage, the house you live in, 5 years and 10 years is lower than a 2-year fixed deal. So they're obviously in the game of making money. Why are they offering lower rates on 5 and 10-year deals than they are on 2-year deals? Because they think that interest rates are going to come down in the next couple of years. So we've got like a 24-month pain barrier, and then I think we'll get some more realistic interest rates. But there is some advantages to this. Property prices come down, prices of stuff comes down, we get inflation back to a 2% average rather than the current 10% that it's at right now. And I did say this, you usually have higher interest rates, you'll get a cheaper pound, a stronger pound should I say. At the moment the pound at that time making this video is like £1.14 to the dollar. A year and a half ago it was 135. 5 years ago it was like 150. So if we get a stronger pound and we have that ability to buy in products from around the world cheaper, that's also going to bring inflation down. So there are some advantages of getting interest rate rises higher. So the government decisions spook the markets, but I think the markets are already understanding that actually we're going to be all right. You know, the pound went down to £1.03 to the dollar. It's now at £1.15, £1.14. So it's pretty much recovered what it was pre-mini budget. The Bank of England have had to shore up the pension funds so that didn't all go wrong, but they haven't had to do that again this week. So it's just a week of disasters and everything sort of always goes back to normal. What will make interest rates go down? That's a really interesting one. Getting inflation down. That's what the Bank of England is trying to do. Let's get inflation down to normal levels. And I'm already seeing signs of that. 24 months ago, I was paying £20,000 for a shipping container. My latest bill for a shipping container is £6,000. That's amazing. That's a huge drop. Still not at 2019 levels where I was paying 1,500 quid, but it's still way less than £20,000. That's because the demand of bringing stuff into the country has slowed down. Things are getting back to normal. So we're going to see inflation go down. In my ice cream business, we're now paying less for sugar. It's come down by £500 a pallet. So we're starting to see prices go back to normal. There's the whole thing here for business owners is, can you get through the next 12 to 24 months. These things never last forever. We always go back to normality. I've always said this, the global economy, human beings, we're like elastic bands, we're being stretched, but usually we go back to our original state. So I think they're going to come down in 24 months. That is my honest opinion, because inflation will come down. I think interest rates will go down. What's the opportunity right now for business owners? Let's think about this. The opportunity is loads of people are panicking. The lady that I met from the Bank of England, she's actually telling her friends and family, don't buy a house right now. Just wait. Let's see what happens. But actually, the canny investor, the canny entrepreneur, the canny person is going to say, well, look, I'll buy your house right now, but I want a discount. I want a deal. I'll buy your business right now, but I want a discount. I want a deal. People are battening down the hatches. And this is the absolute truth. In economic downturns, more millionaires and more great businesses are built. So you've got to be out there looking for the opportunities and asking for these deals and having a long-term approach. I was speaking to someone that I spoke to that I used to coach, and she's found a commercial property. It's perfect for her business, and she's going, I don't think I should buy it now. Her business is still profitable. It is 100% recession-proof. So I think I'm just going to wait 2 years and see what happens. Well, actually, in 2 years' time, the market will go up, and now's the time to do a best deal. So if you've got cash around you, you've got a great profitable business, your business is going to carry on trading. Don't just do nothing. I always say this to people. I'm 37 now. I've got 35 good summers, 35 good Christmases. I'm going to see 3 or 4 more economic downturns. The last one was way worse than this one. Way worse than this one because banks didn't have any money. Banks right now have got the most money they've ever had on their balance sheets. Barclays, Coots, NatWest Group, they're holding so much cash. There is so much cash out there. And so you just got to be looking for those opportunities. Yes, it's going to be more expensive to buy, but if you can bag yourself £100,000 worth of discount on a property, or you can buy that business for 30% less, don't worry about interest rates being a little bit higher for a couple of years. And actually, if you look on the 300-year average, we've still got incredibly low interest rates. You go and ask your grandparents, people were paying 17, 18% on their mortgages in the 80s. That hasn't happened right now, and I don't see that happening, but I could be wrong. I think you should also be looking at diversifying through vertical integration. Look at your businesses and think, right, is there anything that we can do to fold into our existing empire? And we're doing this all the time. We're a wholesale ice cream company. We've started doing coffee because we sell lots of coffee to our customers. We started doing slush and cakes and bakery stuff. Done vertical integration to grow our average order value by growing the size of our business, where it all folds into a beautiful cocktail of business doing business with each other. That's called vertical integration. Is there anything that you can bring in-house to save costs? Saving costs is a really smart thing to do, but don't save costs at the detriment that you don't invest, because all wealthy people, all great businesses, they never stop investing in yourself, investing into more revenue streams. And remember this, guys, your own economy. There is the economy, and then there is your economy. And the way you think, the way you behave will mean that you trounce everything that's going on over here. Walt Disney said this famous little phrase, which I want to tie up this video with. He said this: I've heard that there's a recession happening. I've just chosen not to participate. And that is exactly how I'm going to get through these more turbulent times over the next 24 months. I'm excited about the opportunities, and I'm just not going to participate in small-minding, batten down the hatches. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it bigger than ever, but I'm going to be smart. I'm going to carry on with my absolute metric for being great in business. Be frugal on costs so you can be generous on investment. And if you keep frugality as part of what you do in business, then you're going to win the day. One of the ways that you can be really frugal is have a little checkout of my Entrepreneurs University. I've created an online training platform for business owners to be frugal on costs so that you can be generous on investment, and you can invest in yourself for just 50 quid a month and have me as your business coach to grow your business. You can sign up on my website at jamessinclair.net, and you can try it free for 14 days. That's frugality at another level. Free, 14 days, and I help grow your business. Try the Entrepreneurs University. I absolutely know it works at jamessinclair.net. See you soon.